Hi guys, it's been a while. Hello again. I want to make a Cupchain bangle with you guys, and I already know how many pearls I need, but along the way I will show you how to fit the size when you have to figure out how big it needs to be. I use 45 3mm pearl sets of raw, so you can also set up a raw and then see if that will smoothly go over your hand. No force, because when you do your bangle, then it will be a little bit tighter, but you should be able to get it on and off. So these are, I think, 44, and I decided I like just one size bigger. So I made, I'm going to do the Cupchain in 45. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set them in CRAW, and let me zoom in a little bit. The first Cupchain, of course, is loose. Everything else is connected, but the first one is loose, and so is the last one. So I tried to figure out what the best way would be to make sure that that's in there, and I figured if you use glue in there, then there's going to be glue oozing out of your pearls, so that's not going to be looking pretty, and that might even damage your pearls. So I got some double-sided adhesive. This is a little piece that needs to be even smaller, but I'm going to set up the CRAW, with the pearls, and when I got the 4 pearls, I'm going to put up a little bit of double-sided adhesive on there, and then put my first Cupchain in there. I'll show you as we get along. What you need for this is 2 size 15/0 seed beads. I'm using silver, silver lined and gold Dura-coated, and you will need some 3mm pearls, of course your Cupchain, but don't cut it down until you know exactly what your size is, and some 11/0 seed beads, and I'm also using gold for that, so but not Dura-coated, so it's going to be a little bit of a different color, and it will give that nice Art Deco look. And this is also the first time I'm going to be using my daylight lamps, and I hope that when I move fast that it won't be blurry. So let's see how to do this. So I'm going to set this up in CRAW. I looked all over the web if I could find anybody who done that, but even when I look on Cupchain CRAW and I Google the images, I couldn't find it. So hopefully it's never been done before, and I won't get a copyright violation thingy on my booty for that. I'm also using Wildfire. That's 0.06. I'm going to start with 3 arm spans wide of the, that's about 3 meters, of the Wildfire. And I know people say it's already coated, but I don't care. I'm going to coat it again. I'm going to pull it through my wax. I need new beeswax. Because the thing is, I want to damage this thread as less as possible, and then I'm going to run my fingers over the thread again. And I don't know if it's any use when you do this with Wildfire, but you know, sometimes the thought of having done it just makes it better. So I am also using a John James size 10 needle, and Wildfire is kind of hard to get through there, but you will need it because the only needle I got is a John James size 10 that will pass my 15/0 through them. So one size bigger and my 15/0 won't fit anymore. We're going to set up, and I hope you got your CRAW down, because it's very important. Let me just kind of, there we go. Get a couple of silver seed beads out, and I'm hoping I can leave them in the camera now. So the first thing we're going to use is the pearl. That's the first setup. Then we're going to add a silver seed bead, 3 gold Dura-coated, and 1 silver, and that's my CRAW setup. So you always have like 4 things when you set up a CRAW. and these are my 4 things. So that's 1 pearl, 1 silver, and these 3 gold go together as 1 and 1 silver. So I'm going to pull that down. Carefully. And I'm going into the pearl. And I'm going to go around again, coming out of the pearl. So into the silver, into the 3 gold. I got 2 here. One more gold and a silver. Now going back into the pearl, and we're going to start our CRAW with the pearls. That's the easiest. So, first of the CRAW is adding 3 pearls to get a set of 4 pearls. Going back into the pearl, and those of you who know how to do CRAW know that normally if you use seed beads you can just pass right through to your next one. And my next one is a silver seed bead. So, but I'm doing one by one right now, going into the seed bead. Pulling it tight. On top of this goes 4 seed beads gold and 1 silver seed bead. So you got 4 gold and 1 silver. We're going now back into the pearl right here and into the silver that we just came out of. Pushing it right through. Trying not to go through any other threads. Moving forward into the 3 gold ones. And now I want to make sure that I got a little bit of adhesive that will fit and will keep my cup chain in place. That's a little too big still. Now I gotta pry that open. Get one side on there, and then get my cover off. I'm just gonna move it a little bit inwards. I'm gonna put my cup chain on there and hoping that will stick. Yay, it sticks. Okay, just kind of push it on there, keep that in place. Now we need 4 gold plus 3 gold, which is the right side as well as 3 for the top side. And then we're going to go around it into these 4 seed beads. Pull that through. We're going forward into the 3 seed beads. Down the silver seed bead. And then just pull everything tight. Oh, that cup chain holds really good with the adhesive. Okay, and now we're moving forward into the pearl on the side. Picking up a silver seed bead, going into 4 gold ones on the side, and be careful you don't pick up one of the 3 on the top. Pull that through. Down again in the silver seed bead at the end. Pull that tight. Going up the pearl again. Move that over into the next pearl. It's your top pearl. And now you're on the top. And normally when you do CRAW, you just go around the top. And when you close that up, you normally do that in 5 steps. The first one is the pearl. So that's 1, because she came down, finished up on the side, you're going back on the top. 1. The silver seed bead is 2. Flip that over. The 3 seed beads on the top are 3. The 4th one is the silver seed bead on the other side. And 5 is going back into that pearl. Now pull that tight. And now we're going to start with the pearls again. And this is easier because the first one is always the hardest. But I'm going to put 3 pearls on my needle, going into the pearl. Now moving forward into the silver. Adding 4 gold, 1, 2, 3, 4 gold, plus 1 silver, going back into the pearl and into the silver that's behind it, that we just went into. Make sure your thread doesn't get in the way, and just pull that through. I'm going to twist a quarter. We're going into the 3 seed beads right here. Now we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 gold for the side and 3 gold for the top. So that's a total of 7. But I always do 4 and 3 just in case I miscalculate and I suddenly have 8 on there, or worse, 8 you can always cut one out, but 6 you got a problem. Okay, so now we're going back through the 4 gold. And pull that around your cup chain, like that. Going into the 3, moving over to the side, going into the silver, into the pearl, picking up a silver seed bead and going through 4. Be careful you don't pick up by accident one that is of the 3 on the top. So pick up 4. Down in the silver again, and now we need to close up the top. So first we go into the pearl again on the side. And we're basically at the beginning. So now we got a close up around on the top. So that's 1 in the pearl, top pearl, pull it tight. Wildfire can handle it. 2 is in the silver, three are the 3 seed beads on the top, and 4 is in the silver seed bead, and 5 is in the pearl. And we're back at the beginning. So So pause me now and get back to me when you are ready to fit. Now to measure this, it's very easy. You pick up a pearl and you're going into the pearl on the side, on the other side of where your end tail comes out of, like that. And you pick up another pearl and you're going to go into the other pearl. You see, your thread is coming out here, and you're going to go into the pearl on that side. Get your end tail out of the way. And pull that tight. So, hold on to that and just see, and just pull that tight, if that bracelet will go over your hand fairly easily. And it does. Okay, so if that's too tight and it doesn't go over your hand easily, like this, I can just push it through, then you need to make it a little longer. But this is the correct size for me. So we're now going to continue with our CRAW. And that means we're going up one silver seed bead, and we're going to add for gold 15-0 and a silver seed bead, and we're going back into the pearl, into the silver, and into the 3 galvanized. Gold, Jura coated, and now I want to make sure that my last cup chain also is connected. I'm going to pull everything tight. So I'm going to add my adhesive on there. Carefully. Putting that underneath there. And then peeling off the top. Putting my cup chain down, like that. I love it when a plank comes together. Now you need 4 for the side, because the 3 are already there. So you just need 1, 2, 3, 4 of the galvanized gold, and you're going into the 3. And now you need to pick up these 4 seed beads on the side again. Going into these 3, down in the silver, into the pearl, up in the silver, closing these 4 up with the seed beads, closing this up with the 4 gold seed beads, in again, to the silver seed bead, into the pearl, and now you're meeting up with your end tail. So just tie a double knot at your end tail, and pull that knot into the middle pearl. There. Go into the pearl on the side, into the middle one, and cut off your thread. Put the end tail on your needle and work that away from the knot also. And just cut that off. And now you got sort of a very flexible bangle. So we need to tighten that up, and we're going to do that with a new piece of wildfire. And just do 1 arm span wide. I'm going to run that through my wax. And I'm going to stick into a middle pearl somewhere and make sure that that thread is about the same size on both sides. And the first, I'm going into the side right here, and I'm going to go around because I don't want that thread to move anymore, because when you pull it, you'll see you pull it a little bit through. But right now it is secured like that. Okay. Going into the pearl on the side, and now I'm going to add my 11 O's in between the pearls. And this will make your bracelet smaller again, but if all is correct, that's going to fit. I got galvanized gold here, so not Dura-coated, so a little lighter. I'm going to do that all the way till the end. When you do the other side, make sure you're going in the same direction. I just finished up this side, and make sure that you're going in the same direction. So that means you have to work backwards, which is really annoying. Well, I find it annoying, but there's nothing you can do about it because you need to cross the threads again when you get to the end, okay? So pause me until you get that all done. When you've done both sides, go through all of them again, and then it will be a nice and firm bracelet, and it will be a little hard to get on, but it should fit. Make it nice and tight before we're gonna knot off. Okay, there's my bracelet. So, go through them again, the pearls and the seed bead size 11, so that it's nice and firm. Okay, when you add your last seed bead, push through, this is about where you began, push through one more pearl, and go into that middle pearl. Now, get your other thread, also push that through towards that middle pearl. Tie double knot, and make sure that you pull that tight. Push your needle into the middle pearl to pull that knot in there. Now, move into the pearl, move up one silver seed bead, and I'm going to go through the seed beads on the top, the 4, once again. Now I have 45 of these and it's dividable by 3, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one little silver seed bead every 3 sets. But what I want to do basically is straighten out these seed beads. As you can see, I think I put the adhesive right here because of the way that looks, and the rest of it looks good. So I want to kind of straighten out the beads on the top. So I'm taking 3 and I'm just going to go through there. 1, set 2. I'm not going to pull that tight or anything, it's just, I just want to straighten that out. 3. So I got 1, 2, 3 set now, and I'm adding this one. And that straightens it out a little bit more. I like the way that looks. So I'm going to do this all the way around, and when you have to do that, of course, also on the other side, and the seed bead needs to be right there on the other side. So don't put the seed bead like one here and one there, but I think that's kind of logical. So I suggest you do that now until you've gone all the way around, and then we're going to finish up the bangle. When you're done, push your thread through 4 galvanized seed beads. It's going to be a little bit harder to pull that through because you've been through there several times, and then just go back down your silver seed bead. Now be very careful. If it doesn't go through easily like this, then you might want to push that through a little farther, through that you go through a seed bead, that it go through easily, because you don't want to pop that silver seed bead. I'm going to go into the pearl again. Just go into the pearl and just kind of push it through. See where you come out. Right here on that side. And then just cut off your thread. And that looks really nice now. And this is what the other side looks like. A little bit wobbly. So, showing that again. Looks really nice. And it looks really nice on the front. It's all straightened out. So now we're going to go and do this one and add the seed beads in between at the same place where the other silver seed bead is. And there we have it. One very straight line. I'm very proud of this. It looks very beautiful. And it goes very well, I think. With the other bangle. Now, this bangle has not been made for YouTube. This bangle is going with me to the UK. I'm going to be giving class in the UK in Whattin' on the Edge on 19th. So if you would like to come and join me for class in Whattin'. So, there we have it. One beautiful 1920s vintage, I could say Tiffany style kind of bangle bracelet. I hope you liked it. For those of you, my UK viewers, for those of you who don't know, I will be in Whattin' on the Edge on October 17th. If you don't have anything to do, come and join me. I will be giving an all-day class. This is one of the projects I will be teaching you. So these bangles go pretty cool together. So if you want to come join me, there's a link underneath the video where you can apply. There's still a couple of seats left, and I hope I will see you there. Other than that, I plan to make a matching pair of earrings, but I'm already going to tell you, I don't have any more white pearls. I'm very low on materials right now, waiting for my tax money to arrive so I can start buying materials again. So I will be making this. I will be making the matching earrings for the Potomac channel on YouTube. So I suggest you keep an eye on that. Should be done in about two or 3 weeks. Yes, you should be able to get the cup chains also at the Potomac website. I asked Nathan to get them for me. These are 3mm, so you can of course also look on eBay if you can find them, or somewhere else. And I hope I will see you on the Potomac channel, YouTube channel, in a couple of weeks when the earrings are done. Okay, bye!